You want to turn our mics down for now? Oh.
Good afternoon. Because we are in our country. Continuing.
Hello and welcome to Mountain Vista Baseball. I'm Nathan Tubbs here with Ryan Tubbs, and we're looking for a good matchup today as the 3-0 Golden Eagles face off against the number 1 ranked 3-0 Cherry Creek Bruins. These two are very offensively capable teams, and on any other day we would be looking at a barn burner, but today high winds are likely going to prevent the ball from getting too far. Ryan, what are today's keys to the game?
Well, we've already started this game, but on the Vista side, Vista's got to keep the runs coming. Obviously, whichever team scores the most wins the game. Also, we're starting off with a strikeout there from Sam Ireland. They got to stay clean on the field. Vista's a really strong team defensively, so that shouldn't be too much of a problem. And keep the morale on our side. Baseball is a very psychological game. If you can get in the other team's head, and if you can stay positive, you have a much better chance at winning. And then, obviously, just got to take advantage of the fact that they're playing on home turf. As for Cherry Creek, they have to get in and out on defense, spend as much time swinging the bat as possible, get men on base. It's going to be a game of small ball, I think. It's going to be a pitcher's battle today. The wind has died down a little bit, but it's definitely going to be a factor. There's a ball outside from Sam Ireland. Cherry Creek's also got to stay intense on the mound. They've got some strong pitchers on their side, so that's going to be one of their advantages. And when they are up at the plate, they've got to look for hits on the ground or line drives, just because of this wind that can carry it so far in the wrong direction. Both teams are going to have to be dealing with that today.
It can carry it, but it also can kick it down. And with Sam Ireland on the bump, you really are looking at a streaky pitcher almost. If he's in his zone, like he is right now, starting off this game, he'll just ring him up.
That'll be another strikeout for Sam Ireland.
Center fielder, number 44, Tanner Otremba.
And here we have Cherry Creek's star, Tanner Otremba.
He's a really, really dangerous hitter. He's batting .429 right now.
Here comes the pitch. Almost hit him, high and tight. Really have to paint the edges.
Yeah, keep it out of this guy's zone.
Ball low and outside. Yeah, you can tell that Ireland knows how dangerous a hitter he is, and he's not going to get anything that he can take out of the park.
Right, they've definitely been looking at this guy before the game.
And this isn't their first time facing him.
There's a strike.
Count is 2-2. Big pitch right here. Ground ball to the shortstop, Zach Paschke.
Ooh.
And it gets past. He is headed to second with an error.
No, that's not what Vista wants to be doing.
Nope. We need to keep it clean. And I do believe that is Zach Paschke's first error on the field.
Right, he is a really strong defensive player. Not so much on offense so far this year. He's been in a slump.
Yep. Looking for that slump buster when we really need him.
So coming up to plate is now Dorigri, number 2. I hope we're pronouncing that right. Dorigi.
I do believe this is number 23.
Well, never mind then. Oh boy.
Oh, he's headed to third, and he's going to get there.
That was just an unfortunate bounce off the ground there. Catcher just couldn't get to it.
Nope. And Grant McGill really is one of the great catchers of the state of Colorado.
Right, Indiana State commit.
Sycamores, and you're looking at major league potential if he plays his cards right. And you're also looking at that from junior Clayton Burke, who just transferred here from Mullen High School and he will be a factor once he is off of his suspension for transferring schools.
We'll call that the 9-game transfer rule. Thank you. Counts 1 and 2.
Swing and miss. And that is the end of that.
Vista makes it out of that inning clean. Not exactly the way that one go outside.
That looks like a changeup, and it just painted that outside corner for an 0-1 count. Chops it to the pitcher and just misses it by about a step.
Coming up to the plate, the pitcher, number 4, Sam Ireland.
And here comes Sam Ireland, who also can be a big power presence at the plate.
I'd say we don't have any real weak hitters on our on our starting lineup.
No, we don't.
I wouldn't say everyone can hit it over the fence, but there's no real weaknesses in Vista's lineup offensively.
And the Creek outfield is playing very deep, but for good reason, because of Ireland's power, and
Yeah.
also because this outfield grass, it's just like turf right now, because it will provide no friction, and the ball will just skip right along,
Yeah,
ball
that-
high and out.
That dead grass is definitely a factor, and factor that didn't seem to play into the last few is that we were talking about before this game was the wind. Wind seemed to die down a little bit.
Yeah, it really is a gorgeous day out here, and that surprises all of us, because everybody knows how windy it can get up here. And there's the ball down and out, 2-2 count.
Ooh, that
And
was
he
a
takes it.
meatball.
Takes that change up to left field. Nice line drive.
Vista's going to take anything they can get there. Base runner's
The catcher, number 5.
just as good as anything else right now.
Yep. Grant McGill is stepping to the plate. And we have Cooper Jamison pinch running for Sam Ireland.
Number 9, Cooper Jameson.
Grant McGill steps to the plate. Another big power presence. Like you said, there's few players that don't have that warning track power.
That one's a called strike. Looked outside of me. But I'm not the ump. I am right behind the plate.
And here comes the pitch. And it is a pickoff to first.
See, I don't really know. Is Cooper Jameson exceptionally fast?
He's
Above average speed, I'm being told. Whoa.
Oh, he does not even
Little
flinch.
beanball.
Just lets it hit him. That's a free base. And here comes Alessandro.
Next up to the plate. The
Alessandro
left fielder,
Aragon
number 12,
also with a home run on the season.
Yep, and there's Will
Courtesy
Mitchell.
runner for the
Pinch
catcher,
running for
number
Grant
7,
McGill.
Will Mitchell.
Will has those big legs. Those strides can carry him far.
Right. I'd say Alessandro Aragon is probably the most dangerous hitter on the team.
Oh, yeah, and we have some very dangerous hitters, but the power that he has and that I've seen before, it's unmatched by any other Vista player.
Whoa.
Takes a foul ball back off the catcher's helmet and right towards our faces.
I lurched back in my chair there.
0-1 count. Here comes the pitch. And
Another meatball.
Yep, it was off that curveball, and here he comes rounding third, and he
Jameson
makes it home.
All right.
There's that above average speed.
Next up, the first baseman, number 24, John Zackham.
Off that curveball, that was a nice line drive to left field. Really hung with it there.
Right. That's two just kind of meatballs that's got sent into shallow left. Pitcher's got to change something. Pitcher Jake Lawrence, obviously not wanting to give up runs this early in the game.
Yep. That's what Vista needs to do. They always come out hot, and their stats show that their first and second innings, the runs they get are so much higher than the ones they get late in the game, but they just need to keep the pedal to the metal.
Yeah,
and,
exactly.
They can't coast off of the leads that they get in the first and second innings.
Zackham takes a strike count 1-1.
You know, that was a bit of an iffy call. It looked a little outside.
We might be a little biased.
Just a bit, just a bit. Here comes the pitch, catcher setting inside.
All right.
And that is a beautiful line drive down to center field. And here comes Will Mitchell to home. It is cut off, and he is out at second.
Will Mitchell will score, though.
But John Zackham goes into second base with a double.
Coming up to the plate next,
Alessandro
number
Aragon
2,
being
Trevor
thrown out at
Price.
third. And here comes Trevor Price to the plate. That was a frozen rope to center field.
Yeah, that was a beautiful hit.
Yeah, you saw the catcher setting up inside, and he just missed it by a couple inches and let it go right down the middle. There's the pitch outside. Two outs, 1-0 count. That ball goes a little in. Trevor was looking to take that one to the back. 2-0 count. He's looking for a strike right here. Takes that one down the middle. 2-1 count. That's a hitter's count right there. He's got to be expecting that strike.
There's a big gap there on between first and second.
Mm-hmm. Takes it low and out. 3-1 count. This is the pitch to knock Zackham home.
Ooh.
Takes another strike. 3-2 count. The payoff pitch is on its way.
I think that was the pitch he was looking for there.
Yep, but froze a little. You got to be expecting it.
Right.
Especially when the ball is coming in at upper 70s. And he fouls the ball off right back to the catcher.
Not his pitch, but smart to stay in it.
Yep, got to swing the bat, got to protect. He's choking up a bit, looking to slap one into right center. Get one through that gap in between the first and second baseman. And Trevor takes the ball outside, and he takes his base.
Next up to the plate, the third baseman, number 11, Griffin Sheeran.
And here comes sophomore Griffin Sheeran.
Only sophomore on V Squad.
Yep, and I do think this is his first game where he started, and it really is on the big stage.
Sheeran comes out swinging.
With Sam Ireland on the bump, we'll be looking for Griffin on third more often, him being the backup third baseman.
Ooh, that one's called.
And Trevor Price gets back picked at first base to end the inning.
Still solid inning for Mount Vista.
Yep.
Leading 3-0.
The Max Preps photographer is
And Trevor Price looks disappointed.
High-quality action
But
photos. Go
what
to
can you do? It was a nice back pick by the catcher there.
www.maxpreps.com, America's source for high school sports.
Griffin Sheeran really is a very talented baseball player. He is usually a catcher, though, but with the talents of Grant McGill and Will Mitchell behind the plate, he has moved to third base, where his talented arm can be still used in full effect.
Yeah, we were watching him warm up, and I was kind of surprised how fast he could throw it, how far he could throw it. As a sophomore, not many. Well, we got a lot of seniors on this team. So he could definitely step up and be a leader in the next couple years for this program.
And he really does need to step up because as the only sophomore, he's going to be awaiting these coming juniors on JV, and
Right.
he's going to be a
Yeah.
junior while they're seniors, but he still needs to take charge.
A lot of sophomores or any underclassman who plays varsity has the same feeling that they need to earn their spot. I think Sheeran feels like he has earned his spot, but he's still got to kind of battle and maintain it.
He does play relaxed, and that's very respectable being a sophomore up on the V spot.
Schultz watches that first strike.
Good movement on that 2-seam. And a swinging strike, foul tip into Grant McGill's glove. It's an 0-2 count.
Ireland's been so efficient so far.
Yeah, very efficient. And drilled right to Griffin Sheeran, who
Overthrows
it, and that will be a double. Well, single with an error.
E5.
E5, yes. Ball goes to Alessandro out in left field. A bit of a sloppy play, but
in the 6th spot, the first baseman,
you know, one
number
error always leads to
16,
another.
Jack Moss.
It's true. We got that's 2 errors already in the 2nd inning. Vista's got to cut down on those.
Yep, we'll see how much it'll affect this inning. I know Sam Ireland definitely can put it behind him. He knows that one wasn't on him, and he also knows he can get out of this with.
He's very mentally resilient.
Mm-hmm. That first pitch is high and outside for ball 1. Grant McGill setting inside. And the pitch goes down and out. You know, I think that would have been a strike if Grant did not set up inside.
Yep.
You know, it makes the whole difference. Like, it could be a strike, but
That's the difference between striking a ball.
you know, it all depends on where the catcher's setting up. And that's a swinging strike, 2-1 count.
Just blew it past him there.
Yep, he's really coming out with the heat now. And here comes the 2-1 pitch. And it is another swinging strike. That looked like a changeup.
Ireland's definitely got back in this count.
Yeah, he's fought his way back, and let's see if he can stick with this
What do you think he's going to
rhythm.
throw here?
You know, I think he blew it past him for that first strike. I think he's going to go with the fastball right here. And he goes with the fastball, but it is fouled off.
Moss still looking at a 2-2 count.
And the ball is high and outside.
Trying to get him to chase there.
Yep. Because, you know, when you have 2 strikes and Sam Ireland is on the mound, then you got to be swinging because he has very good movement. And the payoff pitch was outside for ball 4.
Miguel's going to walk that ball back out to him, just try to calm him down.
Yep, we have a force out now, so that is not the end of the world. And, you know, with as powerful a middle infield as we have, a ground ball could get us into a 2-out man-on-third situation here.
I think Ireland's going to keep it low.
Yep, we're looking for that ground ball here. And he gets the ground ball, but it is just going to be, oh,
Yep.
He is safe. Ireland did not get to the bag quick enough. That was a very
Little
tough
weird,
spot.
little lack of communication.
It was, yeah, that's a bit surprising. It was in a tough spot to where you might think Zackham might take it himself or Ireland might
Right.
come over.
I think Ireland just got to get there. He's got to get there faster.
as our pitching coach comes out to the mound. And I think he's just trying to talk him down a bit. It's not the end of the world. No runs are on the board, and
But you also got no outs on the board.
no outs indeed. Yeah. But another ground ball would be beneficial here. Rolling up a double play and letting up one run is definitely ideal in this
Right.
situation.
Just got to prevent a hit. Keep it in the infield here.
Mm-hmm. And we get a ground ball, and we'll get the out at home, and runner is safe at first,
Smart move on Sheeran to prevent the run there.
definitely, and cutting the run definitely will help us out late in the
Coming
game,
up next, the second baseman.
because
number
in these
22.
big games against big
Forgets.
teams, every run counts, and every run prevented counts.
So that'll go down as a fielder's choice.
Bases are still loaded, but now we have one out, and a double play would really be nice right now.
It's wishful thinking.
Ball one, low and outside. Very important at bat right here. And the pitch gets past him, and a run will score.
Close there, but yep, run scores on the wild pitch. And Cherry Creek is on the board.
Yeah, that was big. It erases the double play opportunity, and now they're just looking for something on the ground. Just let up one run and get it out. Bad situation here.
Right.
Two-0 count, too. Ball is popped up, and
I don't think he's going to get to that one.
it goes in.
Yeah, that's over the fence.
Ah.
2-1 count now.
We got a nice student section going on today.
Yeah, not too bad.
You know, all the way up here on this field, it's hard to get a decent student section because it is not basketball.
Not basketball. It's a far walk. It's windy. Baseball's slow.
You gotta respect those students. Ball one, low and outside. You know, he's
That's ball 3 low and
or
outside.
ball three, low and outside. I forgot it was the same guy. Shame on me.
I think you're gonna be fired if you make one more mistake like that, kid.
I'm really on the fence here. I'm just.
You're on thin ice.
Just paints
Strike
the low
called.
and outside corner. He is missing low and outside. You're looking for him to put one high and tight, maybe, or be thinking high and tight. And the ball is grounded foul.
At least that umpire is being a little consistent on his calls on the outside ball there for both teams.
Mm-hmm. Three-two count. And here comes the pitch. Swinging strike.
Ooh.
That's big.
That's exactly what we're looking for. Was that a changeup?
It was. Really stumped him there.
So
Was not-
Pesdirt strikes out, and that is 2 outs
That's a gutsy call going with the changeup on a 3-2
Right.
count.
Third baseman, number
With
2,
two runners in scoring position,
Bryce
too.
Martinez.
But it clearly paid off.
It really did, yeah.
Bryce Martinez steps up for the second time. He struck out his first at bat.
Ducks it a little.
I think 'cause he ducked there, his strike zone kind of shrunk.
Thinking bench warmers here. And the pitch is grounded foul.
1-1 count now.
That strikeout really did take away from the morale of the Creek dugout. And that's big because, as you said earlier, it's a psychological game just as much as it's a physical game.
Mhm.
You really do want to get into their heads.
All right.
And that is lined to Griffin Sheeran.
So Vista gets out of that with about the least amount of damage they could have expected from the situation that they were in. Bases loaded with no outs. And score now,
Did not.
3-1.
Yeah, but that would not have gone how we expected it.
Baseball fans, just want to remind you of our 2018 sponsors for this season. Eagle sponsor, Max Muscle.
Only one hit, though,
Our varsity
going in the
sponsors,
scorebook for
Private Financial,
for,
Mark Johnson,
the Bruins there.
Storm
Yep,
Team
They got to base on
sponsor,
an error, a walk, and a
Striker,
fielder's choice.
the Stahl
Those
family,
errors, they'll
Southern
eat you alive
Yep.
because
Hospital,
an error
South
leads to
Hopkins,
another error.
Powerball,
Error leads to a
Nicolo's
walk.
Pizza, Ivy at the Glen,
It really does
EKS and H,
become a big
Denver
factor
Tech,
in
Dr. Christine Yulee, the Brewery Bar. Our green sponsors
In the
include
game.
Mountain
in the
Media
game, yeah.
and
Sorry.
Finish your
Rocky
sentences.
Orthodontics, and
Sorry,
our
I
gold
was watching the
sponsor
pitch.
for the
No worries,
2018
no
year,
worries.
Centura
It is Nathan Tubbs'
Urgent
first
Care.
broadcast. It's a big day.
Sponsors, we
It
thank
is,
you.
and I do apologize if I seem like a rookie at this because I'm sure I do.
Leading off
Hey,
the
you're doing a
sitting,
great job.
Number 11,
It means a lot
the
coming
third
from.
baseman, Griffin.
A seasoned
Sheeran.
veteran such as myself.
Well, I've been watching for a while.
You're a big fan?
I've been learning. It's all been leading up to this.
Griffin Sheeran coming back up. And I like the walk-up song.
I do.
It is, if you can't hear it, which you probably can't, Fireflies by Owl City. Undisputed
greatest.
classic.
The greatest. Here comes the pitch. And he sets up for bunt, but he pops it up to the third baseman.
Not what you want. Coming off the,
Third baseman was on his toes, though.
yep.
Coming up to the plate next. The
He just
center
dipped his
fielder,
bat a little. He
number
let his
1,
shoulders drop, and
Zach Hoff.
that'll have the ball pop up.
Ooh, well, one pitch, one out. And Zach Hoff steps up.
Very speedy senior here. Oh, junior. I apologize.
Correction. Ay,
Oh.
ay, ay. Line drive right to the first. And quickly, Vista is down. 2 outs.
Coming up to the plate,
That ball was hit
the
hard.
shortstop, number 3.
Pesci's
Zach
coming back up. He had a home run on his fourth pitch he saw in the first inning, breaking his slump. We'll see if he can do it again.
Yeah, now he's looking just to increase that batting average. Ooh,
Foul tip there.
check swing. Didn't know if he wanted to swing or not. Oh, 1 count. Here comes the pitch.
Chopper past third base. Foul. And Pesci's down 0-2. He's got to be careful here.
He is a great 0-2 hitter, though. You really can fight to bring that count up to 3-2.
Smart
That's
of him to watch that ball.
That's a ball up. He is choking up a bit, as he should, because at this level, you need to protect. Fouls it off. He's down and in off the end
Yep.
of the bat. He wasn't really looking to put that one in play. Wasn't his one to hit. 1-2 count. Fouls another one off.
There's a really big gap, and we've seen this almost all game. Really big gap between the first and second baseman. I think they're thinking that most of our players pull. Oh boy.
Rings him up on a beautiful curveball.
Backwards K there,
Your
and the
attention,
inning is
please.
over.
We have a
Gotta respect that one.
bamboo cane that has been
No hits, no runs, no errors, no left on base for Vista. Not the most productive inning, but Vista still leads 3-1
We
at the
do
top of
have
the
2
third.
errors, Ryan.
No errors in that inning.
Oh.
Isaac Cron is going to come up. He also struck out last inning. Trying to get on base here.
Boy, do those hot dogs smell good.
leading off this inning, the left fielder.
You can't
number
smell them on the
15.
broadcast, but we promise they do smell pretty good.
You wish you could smell them. Strike 1. That ball's popped up to right field. Pretty shallow. And Trevor Price tracks it down and gets the out.
Coming up to the plate, the center fielder, number 44, Tanner Otremba.
Talked about it last time he was up. Tanner Otremba is one of the most dangerous hitters on this Cherry Creek offense. He made it to second base on an error from Zach Paschke last inning.
And you can see that with no wind, Alessandro is backing up as far as he can.
High pop up there.
And Hoff tracks it down and makes the catch. That one was hit sky high.
Quick 2 outs, though, for
Next
Mount
up for
Vista,
the Bruins,
Yep,
the
that's how
catcher,
you want to do it.
number 23,
especially coming off of a pretty unproductive second inning.
Oregon.
Yep, you got to reciprocate.
Still don't know how to pronounce this guy's name. We'll call him Derigi.
He did strike out in his first at bat. And he grounds right through that hole between the first and second baseman. That was a very hard hit ball.
Just a solid single there from Derigi.
Coming to the plate, the shortstop, number 14, Tyler Schultz.
That first pitch swinging, it can catch your defense off guard. And that didn't really look
Courtesy
like
runner
one that
for the
could have
Bruins, number 24,
had a play made on it.
Trevor Montreal.
Trevor Montreal comes in as a pinch runner for Otremba, or for Derigi.
Swinging strike. That looked like an iffy swing right there. He didn't really know if he wanted to go
Right.
all out on it or not.
Last inning, Schultz made it to first on an error. He's actually one of their stronger hitters on the team. He's batting .500 so far, and he's got a home run.
And here comes the 0-2 pitch. And it is
Ooh.
low and outside, and it gets past Grant, and Dorigi
That's
gets to
Montreal.
second. Oh, Montreal pinch runner
Pinch
for
runner, yep.
Dorigi. So Dorigi is the catcher because there are only 2 positions allowed a courtesy runner. And that ball is laced to third base,
Really
But-
athletic play there from Griffin.
and Griffin Sheeran makes the play. That's that athleticism that we've talked about in Griffin.
Right. So
Nice quick inning. Yeah.
quick inning there. Vista
That-
gets out of it. Drew Stahl.
Drew Stahl comes to the plate, but this Creek head coach does have a big connection with Mountain Vista as he was a part of the program as a player.
I did not know that.
Yeah, this is the first time hearing about this too. Our producer, Blaze Shower, has informed me of this.
The legendary Blaze Shower.
The man, the myth.
And then we got to give a shout out to our cameraman too, his brother Jack Shower.
You know, this is just the broadcast of the brothers.
The brothers broadcast, if you will.
All right, that sounds better, but you didn't have to one up.
And that's kind of the whole point here. Anyway, Drew Stahl stepping up for the second time. He grounded right back to the pitcher in his first outing.
He's looking for a bit more time at the plate. He just took that first pitch and just grounded out right there. But
Batting just below 500 right now.
very strong player, Washington State commit. And he grounds it out
Aye.
again on the first pitch, right to the shortstop, who almost overthrows it, but still makes the play.
Coming up next, the pitcher, number 4,
One pitch,
Sam
one out.
Ireland.
Just like last inning, and we really want Sam to,
Be patient here.
get deep into the count. He took that meatball to left field his last at bat. First pitch swinging again, and he lines it foul. And Lawrence readies up for the 0-1 pitch.
Oh,
A little inside, it's popped up
yep.
right to the left fielder.
Quick 2 outs there from Cherry Creek.
That ball was hit hard.
Next
It
up,
got to
the
the left
catcher,
fielder pretty
number
fast.
5, Grant.
The wind seems to be picking up a little bit too.
Yep, just a bit. And as the game progresses, I'm sure that'll become the factor that we were expecting it to
Right.
be. Grant takes the first pitch outside for a ball. And that ball is down low for ball 2.
Another ball low.
And getting Grant on the base path right here would be nice. He takes strike 1, but he probably had the red light seen as it was a 3-0 count. Alessandro Aragon on deck. And he takes ball 4.
Coming up next for
And
the
in
Vista
comes Will
Golden
Mitchell,
Eagles.
pinch running
The
for
left
Grant
fielder,
McGill again.
number
Courtesy
12,
running.
Courtesy.
Alessandro Aragon. Courtesy runner for the catcher, number 7, Will Mitchell.
Alessandro Aragon had a single to left center last time he stepped up.
And that right center gap is really looking nice right now. A balled out there.
Aye.
Oof. But he pops up right to where the center fielder was placed. For out number 3. Another quick inning.
Yeah, compared to that first inning, these second and third have not been too productive for Mountain Vista. They've got to be a little more patient, I think, when they're in the batter's box.
Yeah, as enticing as Lawrence's pitches look, because they are not going as fast as they are used to. I think looking at a couple pitches will be beneficial because it really makes the pitcher want to keep pounding the strike zone. You know, pitching it's a lot like fishing
How so, Nathan?
because you put those big juicy pitches at the start as your bait, and if they bite it, then chances are it's gonna be a ground out or something that will just be hit right to them.
So how is that like fishing?
You know, the bait looks really enticing to the fishes, and they take it, and then they're above the surface. You know.
So you're saying that pitching is like setting a really fancy lure.
Mhm. You know,
I don't know if I can get behind this metaphor, Nathan.
you just gotta be inside the head of Nathan Tubbs to understand.
It's true. I would never want that. I would never wish that on my worst enemy.
Coming up to the plate, first baseman, number 16, Jack Moss.
Jack Moss steps up now. He walked a couple innings ago and ended up scoring.
And
First pitch called strike.
he takes strike one, down and out, just paints the corner.
Oh,
And that ball is smacked hard, and Trevor Price gets it on one hop. That'll be a single.
sounded like a good hit, but it went off the kind of barrel of the bat, actually.
End of the bat.
Coming up to the
I
plate,
couldn't
the
really
right
tell.
fielder, number 10, Q Miller.
Didn't go as far as it should have. That's all I'm saying.
Well,
I don't
you're in
know.
the press
I
box.
don't know things about the bat. Come on.
All right. Well, leave that to me.
You're the one who plays baseball.
Ball high and out. But here in the press box, you can't really tell how much the wind is a factor outside. But by the looks of the batting cage, it's virtually still.
Incredible call there, Nathan.
Thank you. You never know when it could kick up.
Hasn't played too much of a factor so far in this game.
That's a strike. 2-1 count.
No, Todd's announcing. I'm doing the board. The board man? We got 3 people up here having to do different things, so plus the radio crew.
A ground ball to the first baseman, Zackham, and they
That
turn
was
the double play.
Fantastic double play there.
Ireland in the right place at the right time, makes his way to first.
So we'll call that a 3-6-1 double
Next up,
play.
the designated hitter, number 18, Alec Adolf.
Beautiful play. And that really boosts the energy of the men on the field right now.
Oh, for
and
sure.
Also in the dugout for those on the bench.
And it's just fun to watch double plays.
Oh, yeah. It's always nice to see them.
They're a lot harder than they look. Having played rec baseball for a number of years, we never turned to double play.
Oh, we practiced them plenty.
Practice and actual implementation are two very different things.
And that's why you have to respect these plays out on the field.
Oh, for sure.
Because they're not
You're
just,
only getting one chance for them.
and they're not always tailor-made like they are in
Mhm.
practice. They're not hit right at you. You got to improvise, and everybody knew what they were supposed to do on that play, and it's just poetry in motion while it's happening. A check swing that he fouls off back, and it is now a 2-2 count.
Well, that isn't really 18 up there, is it? 18, what is this? Oh, that's
18's
the
the
batter?
batter. It's his number. You can't tell it from looking at his uniform.
Mike recognize. Zip still? 3-1.
Another chopper. Count still 2-2.
This is Ireland.
Disrespectful by the Creek batter on deck. That is his responsibility to get the foul balls that are behind the plate, that is.
I don't know about disrespectful, but maybe a little ignorant.
We'll go with ignorant.
Who's playing third? Who's third baseball?
That's Griffin Sheeran.
Dash, please.
Try to entice him with a pitch outside.
He almost took it. He almost took that bait. Like
And
a
we're back to the fishing metaphors.
like a rainbow trout.
Like a rain. I don't even know with you.
You know that it's a fish, and he takes
It's a
ball
fish
for it.
metaphor. So Alec Adolph.
Well, not like a
Walks.
rainbow trout because he didn't take the bait. You know, that
Coming
one's
up to
on
the
me.
plate,
Yep.
Second baseman, number 22, Luke.
We try to have a good time up in the press box.
I think we're having a good time up here.
We're having a lot of fun.
Everyone's having a great time.
Couple yucks.
Couple yucks, a few ha-has.
And our producer, Blaze Shower, is pretending to be on the reel.
Oh boy.
Oh.
All right, Vista gets out of that inning with a slow chopper back to pitcher. And no damage done. Vista
Six-
still leads 3-1.
6 hits total through 3.5. Vista's definitely looking to tack on some runs because no lead is safe against Creek.
That's true. Creek is an explosive team.
But like I said in the first inning, you can't rely on those runs that you get early in the game. You need to you really need to keep the pedal to
Yep.
the metal and keep the runs coming. And that was one of our keys to the game. John Zackham is up to the plate.
The first baseman, number 24, John Zackham.
Second time at the plate for John Zackham. He smoked one out to center field for a double last time he was up.
That was a beautiful hit. Barreled it up.
Oh, nasty curveball.
Called for
not
a ball.
called,
Wow.
Once again, we are disagreeing with the umpire. I'll call that one a ball.
Okay. Takes that strike on the inner half of the plate. Good movement on that two seam, but it was high and tight. 3-1 count, and Zackham, a dangerous hitter at the plate, looking for one he could take yard right here. Ooh, and he takes one right down the middle. That was his pitch. Here comes the payoff pitch. Fouls it off.
Good job to stay in it.
You know, it could have been a ball, but better safe than sorry. Because looking strikeouts do lead to consequences. Believe me, I know.
Have you faced those consequences, Nathan Tubbs?
I've faced the consequences, but they were not my fault. I have not had a looking strikeout yet. And he grounds out to the shortstop. Oh,
All right.
It gets past, and Zackham is hustling to second, and he makes it. Good hustle by John right there.
Rumbling, bumbling, stumbling.
All right, who gets the error on that play?
The error will go on the first baseman because picks are expected to be made.
Zachem makes it to second base again.
Doesn't matter how you get there, just matters that you're there.
Right field, Cooper Jameson.
And here comes Price to the plate. He needs some confidence at the plate. He doesn't get too many at bats. And he shows bunt, and
Oh,
acrobatic catch by the shortstop to save another base from Zachem. But as I was saying, Trevor does not get that many at bats, and he is definitely looking to do what he's supposed to here, which could be lay a bunt down, could be to slap one to the right side of the field. Just move Zachem over. That's all that matters right now, because we need him home.
oh, no one there. Pitcher
So-
tried to pick off Zachem at second, but the shortstop had moved back to his position.
Bit of a lack of communication. I don't know who to pin that one on.
We'll pin it on the coach.
Ah, of course. Shows bunt, ticks it foul,
You know what?
straight back.
We'll pin it on the home plate umpire. He's the enemy of this game right now.
How so, Ryan?
With all those calls, all those times he's doing his job.
You know, on the contrary, I think the ump is doing a wonderful job.
Yeah, whatever. What do you know?
And here's a 1-1 count, and the pitch is on the way. Showing bunt again, and he gets it down. Oh, that is
Solid
beautifully
bunt there.
placed. And he gets the hit. Beautifully executed, put it right where it needed to be. With a runner on second, that third baseman is not going to be charging up on it, so he put it right where
Right.
it needed to be. Put just enough power on it for the pitcher not charging up on it. And now we have first and third with Griffin Sheeran at the plate.
He's a little lanky, but he's definitely a strong hitter. He can get it to the outfield if he needs to.
Oh, he has plenty of power. He's got that power stance with the straight legs, and then he'll just coil back and unload. He takes strike one. It's on the outside of the plate, though.
Yeah.
Not exactly what he was looking for.
I think he likes it closer to the inside.
Also, you get to time the pitcher up on that
Mhm.
first pitch. And that second pitch is high and outside. They're pitching Sheeran outside so far. See how he reacts to it. Takes
Ooh.
a hack at it, but it's popped straight back and out of play.
Nice catcher.
And it will be a 1-2 count. Putting the ball in play is Sheeran's job right now.
Right.
And
With
we'll-
no outs and a man on third, he's just trying to hit it to the right side or up the middle.
even if it means a double play, runs are runs, and double play wouldn't be ideal, but
Careful about commentator's curse. Have you learned about that?
not yet, seeing as this is my first
This is
broadcast.
true.
Well, not my first broadcast, but my first
First
Play-by-
commentary.
commentary performance, yes.
I am guilty of commentator's curse. About a billion times, according to Jack Shower.
And that is a swinging strikeout, and the back pick to first
Next
is
up,
too
center
late.
Fielder, number 1, Zach Hoff.
So 1 out now on the board for Vista. Zach Hoff steps up.
Another speedy dude, and they do have Creek does have to look out for a bunt here because he is definitely a danger on the base path. Zach started off his season very hot. I believe he went 6 for 6 in his.
Ooh.
Close.
Trevor,
pickoff.
you gotta slide, my man.
Trevor got backpicked in his first appearance as well.
Oh, that's true.
And he was on first, so they're looking for a bit of immaturity on the base path. And he shows bunt. He gets it down, but
Dang.
Zackham is tagged out at home.
Not the best outcome there. It was a good bunt for advancing runners, but definitely not for getting that guy home from third.
Nope, catcher, it was
Next up, the shortstop.
just
number
too
3,
short.
Zach.
Too close to the baseline,
Too
too.
well, yeah, too close to the baseline and too short for the catcher just to pick it up and tag Zackham out. And that's a situation where Zackham is leaving on contact, so you can't
Yep.
really blame him. And that student section is increasing with my fellow brethren of freshman and sophomore squads.
Nathan Tubbs is on freshman team. I don't know if we mentioned that already.
I believe we mentioned I was on the baseball team, yes. Shoo, Blaze, shoo. We apologize for our producer, Blaze Shower.
We love him, though.
He does a good job. They attempt the back pick on Zach Hoff, but
He's too quick.
too quick for him.
Also, not a very good throw.
Nah, it was... That was a bit of an immature throw by the catcher here, because that could have gone to the right field pole.
Whoa!
Going for his head there, but Paschke ducks his head and also ducks his bat, which is more important than you realize, because a ball that you duck for but still hits the bat would
It goes
count.
in play, counts as a hit. I think Lawrence is out for blood.
And they pick off second, but Trevor gets back. We have a 2-1 count, and Paschke, as we know, can take one deep here. He's looking for that strike. But Lawrence does seem a little preoccupied with the runners here. And that is a line drive into right field.
Perfect spot for that, and that should score a runner.
Trevor is at
Trevor
home.
makes it home easily.
Hoff is at third. And there's his second hit of this season.
Coming up to
And
the
it's a
plate
big one.
For your Vista Golden Eagles, number 6.
That was exactly where Paschke needed to put that ball.
Drew.
And he knew it. He
Yep.
definitely knew it.
Really
know-
big gap there, especially because they had second base covering second in attempt to take that runner. I think that's really important to think about is the fact that the pitcher can get so distracted by runners that he kind of forgets to put everything he has into the pitch.
Lawrence is now out of the ball game, and in comes I don't know.
We do not have a roster.
We do have our two speediest players on our squad on the bases. So on a pass ball, Zach Hoff is looking to score, which would be big, seeing as there is 2 outs. Throwing a bit harder now, and Drew Stahl knows it, and he's getting in his hacks. Now a 4-1 lead for Vista.
Number for the pitcher. Thank you.
Your attention, please. Now on the mound for Cherry Creek, number 17, Quentin Paw.
Not sure if you could hear that right there, but number 17, Quentin Paw is now
Par, I believe.
Parr is now on the mound. We do not have their full roster, so if we are butchering these names, we apologize.
It's not the most professional of broadcasts that we've certainly ever done, but we're up on a hill with no Wi-Fi, recording this game, and we're a couple of high school kids, so cut us some slack, please.
We're doing our best here.
And no one can fault us for that. Come on.
We're just trying to have a good time out here and broadcast this game on a beautiful day
Beautiful day.
at the start of our spring break to you fellas
That
at
is
home.
true.
So if you are just surfing around on YouTube
Shout out to my fellow spring break people.
Oh, yeah. So if you're searching around on YouTube, why don't you give us a like and
Give us
subscribe?
We're not going to plug our channel here. Drew Stahl steps up now. He's got a runner in scoring position.
Gotta promote the channel. And that ball
Hey.
gets passed. And like I said, Hoff is looking to go home. And a very costly mistake on the first time the ball leaves his hand on a live field.
So half scores there, bringing score to 5-1 Vista. Paschke makes it up to second too, so takes away the force out at second.
Just because he's a lefty doesn't mean that he'll always have the best picks. And that one just got away from him. And
Oh,
so did that one. And Paschke moves up to third.
that is not how you want to come out of the bullpen. Two wild pitches,
Yep.
and Vista already has a runner on third.
It's a psychological game, and you can really tell it's getting in his head. And
Right,
that's why the shortstop is over at the mound right now trying to,
talk him down.
yep. Just take a breath.
Don't worry about that runner up there.
But when it's Zach Paschke, you kind of have to because
It's true.
he's one of the speediest in the state.
Ooh,
Stahl swings and misses.
that was a home run swing right there
Yep.
from Drew Stahl.
He was going for the fences, and now it is a 1-1 count.
Pitch in the dirt now.
2-1 count, and Stahl is looking to make him pay. It would really be great to see one go in that right field, right center gap, because they're just leaving it wide open.
Parr steps off the mound for a second. He's definitely a little flustered. Three one count now. And Drew Stahl walks.
He is pumping. He has touched 82 miles an hour.
Wow.
So somebody does have a gun. Not a gun, but
Oh my God.
a speed gun. I'm so sorry. Down at the fence, and he did touch 82, which is very impressive, but it's nothing that these people on varsity cannot handle.
Ireland swings at that first pitch.
Oh, 1 count, and here comes the pitch. And he takes it high and out. And that changeup was down at 68. That's a very nice margin. Going from 82 to 68, that'll really stump somebody on an 0-2
Yeah,
count.
have him spinning. Ooh.
Oh, in a pickle now, trying to score Paschke.
What?
Oh, and a bit sloppy on this Creek middle infield. They just let Drew walk into second base.
So they thought Sam Ireland had struck out there.
But in reality, it is just a 1-2 count.
To be honest, I thought Sam Ireland struck out there. But that's why you got to be always heads up on the count.
And he
And it's
strikes
for
out
nothing.
swinging.
But Vista did some damage there.
Tacked on 2 more. Very big runs right there. We need as much insurance as we can get. And there is the Creek coach talking to those middle infielders about what to do in that situation.
Yep.
But Paschke played it perfectly because Stahl leaves and tries to get into a pickle so Paschke can, of course, get home. But Paschke just froze and let the second baseman stare him down, and that just gave Stahl the perfect opportunity to move up. And And we are into the 5th inning now. Vista with a 5-1 lead.
You get more stuff on it. It just runs. Yeah.
And Sam is looking as strong as ever.
2. Sure? Pretty sure. Yeah.
Up to the plate, leadoff hitter, third baseman, number 2, Bryce Martinez.
Back to the top of the order here. And Martinez hasn't done much so far.
Coming into this game, he actually had the most hits on the team with 6, batting 600, but hasn't done too much for him so far.
Showing bunt, but he pulls back and he takes a strike.
Anyway.
Yeah. That looked like the ideal pitch to put down the third base line.
Ireland's been almost lights out so far. He's been really strong on the mound.
And that one run, you could just pin on some errors right there. And
right.
a very weak swing right there by Martinez.
Weak
to
swing.
Make it
Yeah, just got confused by Ireland up there. Sam's got 4 strikeouts so far.
And he checks, and it was high and out. Make it a 1-2 count. And another weak swing, and the ball is hit right to Paschke, and it is caught on the ground by John Zackham. That's one down there.
Coming up to the plate,
One of the few balls
number
that
15,
this infield has been able to make a
Isaac
play on. And we did have that double play, but Ireland really has been lights out here. He's been
Yeah, he's definitely in control so far in this game.
he's been putting the people behind him in a good position. And that ball is laced into right field. Trevor takes a nice angle on it and holds it to a single.
Good job on Trevor Price out there to minimize the damage.
Coming up next, the
Because
center
if
fielder, number
on
44,
regular
Kenneth
grass, he'll be
Otremba.
able to charge that ball, and it'll slow down quite a bit.
Mhm.
But with
Not
grass,
playing on regular grass.
with grass this dead and this short, that ball can just skip its way right to the right field pole.
Yep. That'll be the first hit for Isaac Cron. Now Tanner Otremba steps up.
Been virtually quiet this game. Takes
Yeah.
a strike on the inner half of the plate.
Vista's shut him down for the most part.
Got a knock on wood there.
Knock on wood. This is commentator's curse territory.
You know, the fact that you say it's commentator's curse has to make us knock on wood again. And that's another beautiful strike right there. Great movement. 0-2 count now on Tanner. And here comes the pitch.
Trying to lead him outside.
Yep, fooling with him a bit, flaring the glove. 1-2 count now. You gotta look for Ireland's killer off speed. He has the slider and he has the changeup, and they're both deadly. And got him swinging. That's big. And Otremba is not happy with himself as he bonks himself on the head with his battle.
To the plate,
5 Ks on the board now for
number
Sam Ireland.
23, Brennan Doherty.
We still don't know how to pronounce his last name.
Correction, Dorigi.
Dorigi. You know, it changes every inning, but
It's true. He's probably learned to just kind of deal with that, people mispronouncing his last name. That doesn't make it right.
you know, if you're wondering why we keep mispronouncing it, it is spelled Dorigri.
At least that's how we had it. They had it down in the dugout.
And we've had it with a silent second R, and we've had it with that R being used. It could be Dorigri. It could
We
be
really don't
Dorigi.
know.
It could be Durigi. You know, there's a lot of things it could be. And that ball is laced into center, and Zach tracks it down. You know, that ball had a lot of tail, so that is very impressive.
That ball got out there really quick.
Yeah, it was smacked. And from the vantage point that we have, you can definitely see that it went from the right side of second base and it just tailed right to the left side of it. But Zach Hoff knew what he was doing, and he tracked it down.
So another quick inning for Mountain Vista defense.
Keeping zeros on the board for them.
Very important. Grant McGill's going to come up and lead off this inning.
From this vantage point, it may not look that fast, but in the box, it really catches up to you pretty quickly. And again, this wind has not really been a factor at all. It's been...
We definitely expected it to be, but it's been pretty tame so far.
For up here on the field, and as many of you know, it can get just awful up here. It could be like this, and then it could go to 60-mile-an-hour gusts. And
yeah, you're talking about, was it last week? You were practicing up here and said it was the most miserable practice of your life because of that wind factor.
Especially in spring when this March air can get down into the 30s, but the wind really just makes it so much worse.
So left-handed Quentin Parr still on the mound. Definitely not the best outing for him last inning, but we do know that he can throw it pretty hard.
He's on varsity for a reason.
That's exactly what I'm getting at. He's on varsity for a reason. So they still got to respect him up on the mound.
But so is Grant, and I've seen him hit this fast, and they've definitely seen faster. But you see these batters, and you would be weak at the knees if you were in the box against somebody hucking a hard baseball at 82 miles an hour right in your general direction. But the composure that they show in the box, it really is astounding. And he takes the first two for balls, and it is a 2-0 count.
Good discipline so far from Grant McGill. Three balls quickly, and the catcher's going out there to talk to the pitcher.
He's really getting into his own head right here. You know, he's got nobody on the base. It's a fresh inning. It's a clean slate.
And he's still making those mistakes.
He's just digging himself into his own grave right now.
Now that's a little dramatic.
You know, you got to use hyperboles in this business.
Fair enough. You're
I'm sticking with that one. The fish one was iffy.
all right. Yeah, we're just not even going to talk about the fish one. 4 pitches and 4 balls. Grant McGill makes it to the base again. He's still sitting on 0 at bats. He got hit the first time and he walked the next 2.
That still makes me laugh when he got hit. He just didn't even flinch.
Yeah, I know.
He didn't even move. Like, his head did not budge, and just took it right to the shoulder. I don't know if it was an attempted changeup or curveball, but it really slipped out of Lawrence's hands at the time.
Aragon steps up now. He's been quiet for the most part so far.
But you never know. His pitch could be this one right here.
Right. You wrote down on our notes he's got home run potential every time he steps up to the plate, and I definitely agree with that.
Takes that one outside. It is a 2-0 count. That is 6 straight balls.
Yeah, Parr's just not hitting his mark right now.
Yeah, Quentin, he's not looking so hot right now. He's, again, getting into his own head. And he just needs to settle down. Now, I don't know if we're rooting for 10 in a row, but the Vista
As a Vista fan, I am rooting for 10 in a row, but if it gets to 10 in a row, he's definitely getting talked to by the coach.
Here comes the 3-0 count. And
There
it is
it
a
is.
ball. There's 8 in a row. That's 2 straight 4-pitch walks, and that is enough for the Creek coach the Creek
First
pitching
baseman,
coach,
number
to walk out,
24,
give him a
John
little talk.
Zackham.
Oh, and he's pulling him out.
Yep, just not really performing the way
No.
that he should. Um,
You know,
Thinking about 2 walks this inning, and the inning before, he came in and immediately he walked, or no, it was a wild pitch, and then he walked someone else. That is not what you need.
well, just because you have the opportunity to get as high up as 82 miles an hour doesn't mean that you're always going to be throwing consistent
Exactly.
strikes. And you could see Clayton Kershaw. You could take him. He can he can throw upper 90s. Yet he has those days where he can just get into his own head.
I think any pitcher can have that.
And a bit of a sidearm action right here, and he is throwing gas as well. He's a righty now, and that makes more of a difference than people realize,
Your attention,
because
please, on the
the
mound for
visibility
Cherry
of the
Creek
ball out of the
Boys, number
hand
34,
really depends on
Nate
whether or not
Gujowski.
he's coming opposite you or from the same angle as you're hitting at. Yeah, this is coming in much faster. I would be eager to see how fast this is going. I wouldn't be surprised if this is upper 80s.
Jeremy Goldson, please buy us a speed gun.
Chili down there, maybe?
No, I just can't. I like that bad. That's better than usual down there.
Listen, we're getting wind in here. What's going on?
Wind seems to be picking up a little bit now.
Just a little bit. You know, I'm using the batting cage as a little reference, and it's flapping right now because we cannot see the flags from here.
That's usually a good reference point.
Uh-huh. And John Zackham steps up to the plate. Some sad music for his walk-up song. I don't know if he's trying to get pumped up or just...
I think that was 21 Pilots.
It is 21 Pilots.
I just realized we don't know who this pitcher is.
No, we don't. And neither do the announcers.
Real professional setup we've got here.
And
Ooh.
that ball is laced, and they are sending Will Mitchell. Will he make it? Yes, he will.
Yes, he will.
And that is another run.
RBI single there from John Zackham.
Beautiful mindset there by Zackham. It's this pitcher's first live pitch in the game so far. And
He's going to try to throw a strike,
Yeah,
and he's swinging on the first pitch.
Yep, he's trying to get himself into a rhythm right
Yep.
here. And
That is exactly what that's exactly what he was thinking up there.
And here's Trevor Price back up again after that beautiful bunt that he had in his last at bat.
Think he'll get the bunt sign again, or is he going to be swinging here?
Well, there is no outs, and he is showing bunt,
Showing
so
bunt.
I'm going to say, ooh, that ball runs a little tight on him. Our producer, Blaze Shower, has just informed us that the last name, at least, of this pitcher is Kujowski, so add another tough name to this roster.
I'm just going to write that phonetically. I'm not even going to try to spell that.
Pulls that one foul. Kujowski. Fun name to say.
Kujowski. I hope we're saying it right. Hope we didn't get some
False information.
bad info.
Would we ever forgive?
Blaze Shower.
And he sets down the bunt.
Just
it
foul.
goes foul. That was his last opportunity to bunt there because it is now a 1-2 count. It would be a surprise to see that two-strike bunt pulled out.
We are likely not going to see it. I don't believe the Vista coaching staff believes in the two-strike bunt.
Price pays a visit to the third base coach. You know he's choking up on this one because he's thrown a bit harder, and you definitely want to put the ball in play with runners on first and second with no outs. Showing bunt.
Showing bunt. Oh!
And he gets plunked right in the back.
Big reaction from the crowd, too. That one, you could hear it up here.
Crowd is not happy with that one.
Bases loaded now, though.
But with that, Trevor is a bit rattled right now. He needs to walk that one off, as anybody would with a ball going that fast, getting you.
Yeah, it doesn't feel good.
It does not, speaking from personal experience.
You've been hit with a ball going that fast?
I've been hit with a ball going 80 before.
Nathan's got some stories.
You know, I would love to share them with you, but it's not
But
the
our
time
time
and
is
place.
limited.
And we got better stuff to talk about right now.
Like Mountain Vista baseball.
Yep. I hate to bore you with my personal experiences. Griffin Sheeran up at the plate with bases loaded.
Swinging on the first pitch. Fouled back to the backstop.
The infield is cutting the run because they can't afford to let up anymore. They already have a 5-run deficit to make up. So showing bunt.
Oh,
he gets it
not
down.
what you want.
Oh!
Hey!
And he misses the tag. Oh, but Sheeran does not run it out, and he gets called out at first.
Sheeran looks like he thought it was foul. Aragon made it out of the baseline, but it definitely was not foul. So it looks like Vista's going to score, but
it will be called a run if it upholds, but I think the catcher's argument here is he might be saying it hit off the tip of Sheeran's foot, which would make it a dead ball.
And that's probably why Sheeran didn't run, if that is true. Umps are going to talk about it.
That's why Sheeran is sticking on third base, or first base.
Whatever base that is.
It's a base.
It's one of the 4 bases.
I'm eager to see the call here because I'm not quite sure what the argument here is.
Yep, they called a foul ball, so they'll bring that back. Aragon's going to go back to second. Everyone's going back where they were.
Aragon. Oh, and now Q is out on the field with his hand on the back of the umpire.
In a loving embrace.
Umpire's hand on his back.
They're just being friendly out there.
Kujowski getting in some practice pitches.
Is that allowed?
No.
He's breaking the law.
Also from personal experience, Coach Ron Quintana is a very intimidating man.
You think he's trying to go out there and...
I don't know if he's trying to scare them into giving us the run back. But Sheeran is eager for this second chance. He pops one up. And will it get out of play? It will. Ooh, and that play just misses Easton Nichols. Why were you trying to catch that one, Easton?
You don't have a glove on.
He doesn't even have a hat on.
Those crazy Mountain Vista baseball players.
Oh, we're a ragtag bunch of hooligans.
Rowdy bunch.
Sheeran gets another chance, 0-2 count. And he
Oh.
strikes out swinging.
That is about the worst thing that you could have happen right there.
Well, we have one out now, and Zach Hoff is up to the plate. A bit more of a seasoned veteran in terms of seeing pitching like this.
That is true. That can definitely be a factor.
Yeah, you think about how many times Sheeran has seen that speed that wasn't in a cage.
Yep, it's true.
And Hoff takes ball 1 down low.
Hoff scored on a wild pitch last time.
You see the corners are still cutting it, but now the middle infielders are trying to roll too.
That is a good observation. Ooh.
Swinging strike. And Hoff now has a 1-1 count. And this pitcher has also hit 82 miles an hour. It just looks different from the right-hand perspective from the left-hand. Especially when he has a bit more unorthodox of
Wind
arm
up.
motion. Yep. See, he
He
comes,
comes a lot farther out.
a little slanted. Yeah, arm reaches all the way back, but he comes in with a bit of an angle. And Hoff fouls one off. It'll be a 2-2 count. One down, 2-2 count. Big pitch right here. Takes it high and tight. He was not afraid to wear that one, though.
I don't know. I don't think you want to wear it on the helmet.
Nope. But I know I would be getting out of the way on that one.
Yep. I certainly would be too. I would be in the next counter.
And he takes ball 4. That'll be Alessandro coming home.
That's big. Walking home runs.
And with one out, Zach Hoff is the right person to have on first. Because you want him to get around the bases. Because
Right. Strong hit here from Paschke could send him to third.
Yeah, put it in right center. Paschke might even make it all the way around.
Or Paschke could hit it over the fence like he did in the first inning.
That would be nice. Still one out as Paschke takes one low and in.
What's Paschke doing with another set of batting gloves in his back pocket?
He's got to be styling.
Those are the cosmetics.
You know, I think it might just be one. I'm not sure, but it might be one that he uses to field. Just a little protection behind the glove because, you know, if it gets cold up here, then
That
it
is
can
true.
really sting.
That one way inside. Count now
Dodges it.
2-1.
You know, you aren't afraid to wear it on the back, but in the legs, that's a different story. You don't want to be hit there.
Keep your legs unbroken.
Especially when you have the speed of Zach Paschke. And he takes a strike on the outer
Ooh.
half. I'll agree with that one because the ball is coming from our left to right.
Yep. And the up's been calling that all day.
Uh-huh. Time called.
2-2 count here. This is a big pitch for Zach Paschke.
Let's see what he can do with it. Bases loaded, 2-2.
Oh,
And
check
he
swing
checks
there.
one, coming home with it, and that'll be 2 outs on a fielder's choice.
Coming up next.
You know,
second
John
baseman,
Zackham,
number
that's the
6,
second time he's been out at the plate.
Stahl.
He's not the ideal person to have on third in that position, really.
Definitely not the fastest on the.
But here
On the
comes Drew
field.
Stahl. Some morning track power right here. Grand slam on 2 outs. That would sure be nice. Barrels that one up, but it is popped
High
up
into right field,
and
foul.
out of play. Got to be grateful for that second chance.
Yep.
The ball tailing out of play.
He was definitely late on that one, so hopefully he can time up this pitcher.
Well, slapping one into right field really would be a good situation with Hoff on
Yeah, if he
second,
can find a gap out there.
Paschke on first. You see how the right fielder is leaving that right field line pretty open, so a line drive right there. That would be nice. And he pulls that one on a chopper. That is foul.
Stahl's down now, 0-2 count.
Gotta fight now. It's a
He's got to
bit-
be having a hit in his mind, just not just protect. He's got to get it out of the infield.
Well, right now he is looking to protect. maybe take a ball. Then he can look to get that hit. But you never. Oh, calls time right before the pitch. Sails over the catcher.
Little lollipop.
You know, I kind of like that strategy. It really gets into the pitcher's head. But,
Calling time.
yeah. But you hate it when you're the pitcher.
Feels like they're wasting time.
You know, the photographer on top of Creek's dugout has to be looking out because Drew Stahl is a bit late on it. And he checks, and he was safe. He did not go around.
No swing. A little confusion there from the catcher trying to appeal to that second umpire, but they're on the same page.
Second umpire wasn't in the correct position to be calling that a strike or not.
This isn't the World Series. We don't have more than 2 umps.
Well,
Oh.
iffy call there. He was crowding the plate.
Yep, I think I agree with it.
He was crowding the plate, and that just caught the inner half.
So backwards K for Drew Stahl, but Vista still scored 2. Score now 7-1 going into this 6th inning. Kreesh got to start it on offense here.
Not Paschke. Sam really did get a nice rest there, and that is what you have to ask from your offense when you're on the mound and you're going through quick innings. But you really want some rest too. You need to think about how your arm's feeling, let the dust settle a bit, and he is looking strong in these first couple warm-up pitches. We are in the 6th inning now. Wind is kicking up a bit.
So Schultz is leading off now. I think Creek has to start it on their bats. They've only got 3 hits so far, and not much to show for it. Hits have been spread out, and I mean, really the story of the game is how controlling and consistent Sam Ireland has been on the mound.
Exactly. He's really held Creek in check right here, and that's a very respectable thing to do.
Right. Swinging, his heart wasn't in that one, but it does make it all the way to the left field.
And he's looking for 2, but he holds up, fearing the arm of Alessandro there.
You gotta fear the arm of Alessandro.
You really do, because he has power at the plate.
He could stand at one of the foul poles and hit the other one.
Quoting our teacher, Mr. Goldson, he is one muscly dude. Hits that one off the end of the bat foul. Our student section is depleting, I'm afraid to report.
They're getting a little bored.
But we have had a good time calling this game right here.
It's been a lot of fun. Ooh, camera went out.
We
apologize for that.
Oh, jinx. And that ball
Oh,
is...
barreled it up to right center, and that's definitely extra bases.
And let's see how Hoff can get it in, and Stahl holds on to it.
Nothing, yep. Schultz scores.
That was... It really was barreled up nicely. Bit of a meatball there, not gonna lie. But we've been talking about that right center gap and how deadly it is with the grass being this bouncy.
That's the first time anyone on either team has hit that spot.
And you see what goes along with it.
Right.
A runner at first can score easily because even a ball barely hit off the end of the bat if the angle isn't taken properly, it can still make its way to the fence.
Yep. Good pitch there for strike one.
Yep, got to get back out pounding strikes.
I think that's one of Sam's biggest strengths is situational awareness and not really caring about what else is going on in the game.
Yep, and he knows a strikeout really would quiet that Creek bench.
Oh, absolutely.
And that would mean a lot. It really would. 1-1 count. And Ireland comes for the pitch. And it's outside a bit.
I like that spot, though. I think it's a good pitch.
That's a good spot on a 1-1 count. But now you gotta go for the strike here and
Bring it back.
yeah, but you know that he's looking for it.
Called ball high there. So 3-1 count.
Creek's bench is getting louder, and as we have been talking about throughout this game, morale and the psychological aspect of the game, it really does matter just as much as the batting and fielding and
Yep.
everything.
Full count now. And I think if Sam Ireland can strike out Miller here, that'll shut the bench up.
And if it's a walk, it's not the end of the world because then you have the force out opportunity.
Yep, that's true. Can't let it get too far out of hand, though.
And again, the camera problems, we do apologize. And here comes the pitch. And he got him.
All right.
Oh, and he is not happy.
Not happy. Thought that was a walk.
And that is just what Vista needed. And, yep, you can hear a considerable decrease in the sound coming from the Creek bench.
That is for sure. They're definitely getting emotional and really into that at bat, and didn't really go the way that they wanted it to. Bit of a confusion. I'm not really sure what it's about, though.
I'm
So-
sure it's from the attitude that
Number 18.
Oh, that Q
that was
Miller was
given.
showing, yep.
Yeah.
So Alec Adolph steps up now. He made it to base twice so far on his 2 at-bats. Fielder's choice and a walk.
Good moving on that.
Yeah, that was
but
a pretty pitch just outside.
just outside, yeah. We apologize for
The
The-
technical difficulties.
Yep, but you never know out here. Really, anything could happen.
You never
and,
know out here. You never know on any broadcast.
But hopefully, by the next half inning, we will have it up and running, and it won't just be like radio. So, I don't even know if,
If they're going to be hearing these things that we're saying.
but it's good practice.
Ooh.
Ooh, ball is laced, but Hoff was prepared, but he bobbles it a little.
They're going to hold up that runner at third base.
Yep, they know that Paschke's strong arm and Drew backing that up would not be smart to send him when it's that hard of a hit right
Next
there.
up, the second
If it's
base.
Yeah,
right at
that
him.
wasn't a like unbelievably hard hit. Probably the hardest hit ball of the day so far.
Yep, 2 hard hits
Right.
in this inning. Looking for Sam to roll up a double play if we can. And that Creek bench is back into it.
Yep.
That's just what a base knock can do.
I think their bats are starting to wake up here. It's Vista's job to put them back to sleep.
Yes, it is. That looked good to me.
That was kind of right down the middle.
Maybe a little up. We do have the high vantage point.
That's
we
true.
don't really have the depth that the umpire does. Oh,
Okay.
that one gets a reaction from the field and from the bench.
Yeah,
and
even Sam Ireland looking a little
flustered with that.
flabbergasted even.
That was, I'm sorry, that was a bit of a ridiculous call. And
And he calls that a strike.
same
All right.
exact spot. If that doesn't make you mad, then I don't know
Yep,
what
but
does.
Sam is so good at just shaking that kind of thing off. doing his job.
And he comes
And they
back
call that a strike.
with another strike.
I don't know what is happening
You know,
here.
we were right in direct line with the plate, and that one looked like more a ball than the
Yeah.
two that we got a bit flustered about. And
Oh!
and he strikes him out. That is so big. That is so big. And that
Beautiful
really,
off-speed pitch there from Sam Ireland.
That really quiets the Creek bench down. 3 straight strikes. That's just what the doctor ordered.
Coming to the plate, third baseman number 2, Bryce Martinez.
Great composure by Ireland there.
Mm-hmm.
Not letting that get to his head, knowing exactly what he needs to do. And now there is 2 down. And that ball is launched into left field.
That could be a home run right there.
And
Yep,
it
off
is
the scoreboard.
Off the scoreboard.
Bryce Martinez pretty quiet before this, 3 at-bats and nothing going now. But on his 4th at-bat, he smokes one out to left field for a 2 RBI home run.
And there is nobody in the Vista bullpen. We are putting all of our trust in Sam Ireland for the rest of this inning. And right after a big strikeout, the morale goes right back on Creek's side. But now with the bases empty, you can really just relax and just kind of let Sam do Sam things.
It's not the end of the world. We still have a small lead here, but...
And that's why those insurance runs are so crucial
yep.
in a game like this, because Creek can come back at any moment. And here they are with 4 runs so far in the top of the 6th.
Coming to the plate for the Bruins, left fielder number 15, Isaac Cron.
Isaac Cron stepping up. He had a single last time. And I do apologize. I called that a 2 RBI home run, but it was actually a 3 RBI home run. Score now 7-5 Mountain Vista.
Mountain Vista's hitting coach, Pav, as we like to call him, is just went out there, gave him a little talking down, and that ball is popped up to Zach Hoff. And
Deep center, but he tracks
and he
it
makes
down.
the catch. That's big. All right, they're off the field now. A great outing by Sam Ireland. You know.
I wouldn't call it a great outing.
Well, he had that
He
one
had 4
little
earned
hiccup.
runs. All right, so an official update from our technical team, the Shower Brothers. It looks like we're not going to be able to get this camera back up, so we'll do our best to call this radio style.
Yep, but our father is a radio host, so hopefully it runs in the blood.
Maybe there's some amount of genetic talent there.
Well, Sam really did look very good up until that 6th inning. Just a little 4-run hiccup.
Yep,
but
he's still in control. Do you think they're going to throw some in the bullpen?
I wouldn't be surprised to see somebody go out there, but in fact, I think that's the right call here. I don't know who we have available in our bullpen, but it would be the right call.
Mm-hmm.
It would really be huge to start this inning off with a base knock or just a runner on base. Doesn't matter how.
Yep, if you remember last inning, we started off with 2 walks and then a single. And
let's see how that morale change.
Yeah, that is
Creek.
important to think about.
And Sam Ireland leading off. See,
He's got to shake off that last inning for sure.
Helping his own cause right here. He needs to do it. And here comes the pitch. And he
Swinging
comes
on the
out
first
swinging,
pitch.
and
That wind
it's
could carry
muscled
it.
out. And he
Hey!
bobbles it. And there he goes, rounding second. And
Good throw
into
there from the
third.
right fielder, but that'll go down. Call that an error.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
All right, and
It was bobbled
Ireland
off
makes
of
it to third.
To paint a little picture, if you're still watching us, even with no picture, It was just muscled out to right field off of that first pitch, and the right fielder did look a little lost out there, and it just bobbled right off of his glove. He did put up his glove a little posthumously. It was already like 5 feet away from him
Yep.
when he put up his glove, and that'll affect it.
Chopper
And-
gets over the third baseman.
nice.
That's Grant McGill, and Ireland will score from third base.
Taking advantage of these first pitches, and that is absolutely huge. Starting this inning off with a run.
Right, coming right out of the gates, swinging.
And that is, he is 1,000 on base percentage, Grant McGill, this
Right.
game. So
Will Mitchell comes in as a courtesy runner for him.
that's huge. Just like we were saying, it would be huge to start this game off with a base runner. We get error.
In 2 pitches, we
Yeah.
already have another run on the board.
Yep, and that's huge. And now we have Alessandro Aragon at the plate. See what he can do.
Swinging on the
First
first pitch
swinging.
again, but that one's fouled way off.
We know he can do it. But he's been a little cold this game. But he just needs to watch it to
Just
the bat.
needs that one pitch.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, that looked like that one pitch, but he swung right through it.
It was a changeup.
That'll be strike
Really
2.
stumped him. 0-2 count now. You know,
He's hungry.
he is hungry. He is a big fella, though, so I bet he's always
He
hungry.
eats a lot.
Call his time. There's that
Oh.
strategy again. Strategy
The,
of 0-2 count.
Reason
call
I laughed
time.
there was the pitcher just like drilled one down, and it was right down the middle.
Yeah, at that point you got to be alert.
Kind
if
of
you're the catcher.
aggressive.
Yeah.
That's
Picks
true.
off, and Will
Will Mitchell
Mitchell
stayed.
gets back. Good move. Very quick.
It was.
Again, very timely hitting by Sam Ireland and Grant McGill. Fouls one back,
Popped up.
way back. I bet that's over at the football field by now. E looking for a strike. And
Oh, Mitchell gets caught out, and he's in a pickle now. Whoa! Yep, Mitchell gets tagged out there.
in a bit of a tender area.
That is true. He got a little cup check there from the shortstop.
One down now, but we still have a run on the board. Takes one inside.
Alessandro stoic in the box,
Yep.
barely moved.
Barely moved, yep. Again, the composure that you see from these players
Ball misses outside there.
it's just incredible because I don't know if you would go as far as going to the batting cage and going to the 80-mile-an-hour one if you dared. Just hits it off the end of the bat to right field, and it is caught.
Easy out there. That'll be 2 outs.
And in comes John Zackham.
Number 24, John Zackham.
Zackham's 2 for 2 so far, and he also got on base with an error in the 4th inning. But he has not scored. He's gotten caught up at third base a couple times. This has actually left 8 people on base at the end of the inning.
And that'll cost you, but
Yep.
we do have 8 runs on the board. So
It works. We've just been
it's better than 0.
Yep, we've just been hitting a lot.
And this would be huge if Zackham could get on base here. Get it started up again, but he sends a little flare to second base, and it is scooped up and thrown to first for the out. Going into the top of the 7th, and Ireland is returning to the mound. Englehart is warming up in the bullpen. He has gone now, but he is ready for the call. And
Just in case.
yeah, let's see what Ireland can do. I know that he's just so clutch in these situations, and he knows what he has to do.
Yep, even with the 4 earned runs, he's really good at shaking that kind of thing off. Obviously, he had that triple. Well, I guess we called it an error, but it was hit
Yeah.
really well.
He
and that's
ended
coming
up on
off.
third.
Yep, he ended up on third. And that's coming off of certainly not his best inning of the game. He's just, I think we said it earlier in this broadcast, he's so mentally resilient.
We have Otremba leading off, and
He was batting .429 coming into this game, and one of their most dangerous hitters, but he really hasn't done too much so far.
it's dropped off a bit.
I think that's a testament to how good Sam has been in this game.
He really has, yeah.
First ball misses outside.
And that's a strike. 1-1 count.
Otremba watches that right down the middle.
And again, if you're still watching, we do apologize for the lack of camera. I know it must be hard to bear with us, but if you could just imagine, it's a beautiful day.
Third pitch misses outside. Here's the fourth. Swung
And it
on.
is
Stopped
laced
by
to the
Paschke.
shortstop. He's hustling it out, but they get the out, and that's big. Starting it off with an out, it really changes the mindset
Right.
of Dorigi. You know, I'm still having trouble with it, but it really changes his mindset with 1 out on the board instead of a man on first.
Yep. Changes the morale of Vista as well, because if you're in a bad situation like bases loaded, having 1 out is so much better than having 0.
Yeah, you
I mean,
got one under the belt, and just 2 more to go. Good movement on that one, but it misses outside.
We've seen that pitch before. That is a really pretty pitch.
But you have to put it outside on a left-handed batter.
Mm-hmm.
And that
There
is
it is
strike
again,
1.
over the plate.
That was over the plate, and that was placed beautifully. And there's strike 2.
That
Again,
was painted
was-
the corner there.
That was more of a 2-seamer. We've seen a bit of a cutter almost is that pitch that we're describing, but that 2-seamer had a bit less movement. And that one fouled off, out of play. 1-2 count. But yeah, that 2-seamer, it's just the cutter with a little less movement and a lot more speed.
A lot more speed. That one was one of the fastest I've seen him throw. That one misses outside, just outside.
Just outside.
2-2 count now.
And here comes the 2-2 pitch. And a bit
Slow
of a
swing
a
there.
bit of a half-hearted swing
Yeah.
there. It was just one to fight off, even
He
though.
just kind of didn't know if he wanted to commit on that ball.
Yep, but good on him for going around with a swing, because if he checked and it went in play, then that's a free out for the Golden Eagles. And that
Swung
one is
there.
a full swing, and it
Makes it
gets
through the
past,
gap.
Gets past Zackham. A lot of topspin on that one. That's a tough play.
That is a tough play.
Runner on first now, but double play to end the inning would be nice.
It's wishful thinking. Schultz comes up now. I believe, no, it wasn't him. He didn't have the home run. Home run came from Bryce Martinez, but Schultz had a nice single last time he was up. First pitch misses outside.
Just a tad outside. That looked like a borderline call, but I respect the umpire for sticking with that as a ball for
Most of the game.
yeah. That's a strike on the inside half.
Because 1 year, I think it was my sophomore year for homecoming, we had like potlucks and everybody brought something. Yeah, that was his first year too that he went. And that was
And that one is popped up to right field. Trevor Price is really
Long
running.
way to go.
And, he
No good. Sliding, tries to make that sliding catch, and
just didn't pan
Yeah.
out. Just popped out of the glove. Popped out of the glove. And really would have been a beautiful shoestring grab if he got it. But
are we going to call that a
We're
error
gonna-
or a...
yeah, we'll call that an error because that was inside and then out of the glove. And here comes Pav. Come to the mound. Might be calling in Nick Englehart. And yes, here he comes.
But a great job from Sam Ireland. Let's see, 1, 2,
Maintaining the
3,
lead
5.
over such a dangerous Creek team. And now Nick Englehart takes the mound.
Ireland retiring now with 7 strikeouts. 2 of those strikeouts came when we needed them most, too. Just Sam is such a clutch pitcher. He's so good at shaking off any situation that he gets himself into.
And Englehart, the lefty, will be a bit will look a bit new to the batters in the box. Some Justin Bieber on for for Mr. Englehart.
Englehart throws a little slower. What kind of pitcher is he? I really don't actually know.
He just goes over the top. He really pounds the zone. He's a bit easier to hit off of. He'll be putting it in the strike zone. And it looks like Sam Ireland might be taking the place of John Zackham. I'm not sure, though. Oh, no, he's taking the place of Griffin Sheeran. And you got to respect that because that arm has to be feeling it right now after after 6 1/3 strong innings.
Mm-hmm.
Your attention, please. Now pitching for the Mountain Vista Golden Eagles, number 10, Nick Englehart.
Defense really has to be on their toes here because, as we've seen in the past, Nick can be hit off of. He doesn't have the same nature as Sam in terms of hitting the edges so nicely, but
I think he's still a solid pitcher that
very solid, yeah.
that hits his spots well.
Yep, and just
He is a lefty too.
is a lefty. I did say that earlier, and it will be something new for the batters to see. And he starts it off with a strike. That's so big for the nature of Englehart, and the crowd is really getting behind him right now, and that's so huge. Fouled off, 0-2 count.
If he can start this inning off, or start this off with a strikeout, we'll knock on wood here, but that is going to do wonders for the team's morale and his own personal morale.
And we're sorry for using the term morale so much, but
Hey, morale's important.
it is, and that's what I'm trying to get at if you let me finish my point. But it really does matter so much, and how it's just a mental game, and a really slow curveball there. That's got to stump him if that was in the zone. And
Yep, just misses outside in the dirt.
Grant's paying Nick a little visit, just going over what they're going to do with this 1-2 count. Still have the advantage. And you see another pitcher in the Mountain Vista bullpen. I am not sure who it is, though. It is Griffin Sheeran. He is... And he does have that very gifted arm. He really does have a cannon. And that ball's laced into center, and that's getting on the ground.
That makes it all the way.
And 1 run scores, and they're going for 2 runs, and they get 2 runs.
Yep, 2 runs will score off of a 2 RBI double from Jack Moss. And this game is nearly tied up. Vista leads 8-7 now after that double.
Coming up next for the Bruins, right fielder, number 10, Hugh Miller.
Definitely not what you want to do coming out of the bullpen.
Yep, and as we said, he really is a pitcher that can be hit off of, and that was just laced right into the left center gap.
Ball high there.
And we hope this doesn't get into Nick's head because it really does mean a lot. And you know what? That does it. We will not have camera for the remainder of this game.
We are officially retiring the camera.
1-0 count, Englehart. And he gets a strike. That is very nice.
That was a nice pitch.
You know, he just has to take a breath when he comes set and just get back to the basics. He just needs to put it over the plate and then the rest really isn't up to him. And that ball is popped up, in play. Zachem calls it, and he gets the out. That is very big right there. 2 outs. And that's got to feel good for Nick right there, knowing that he just got another out under his belt, and
Yep.
he just needs one more to get out of this one.
So Alec Adolph steps up now.
Drew Stahl giving him a bit of a pep talk, now heading back to second base, and you got to love to see that. The love between teammates.
It's so strong.
You know, it's a bond that I don't think you realize, Ryan.
It's true. I do not play Mountain Vista baseball. I'm a fraud.
Yes, you do play tennis, though. And speaking of tennis, our tennis coach,
Oh, big
Mr.
news. You're right.
Flanagan, he is now our new athletic director as of June. And what great news that is. Big congrats to him. I don't know if any of you are watching anymore, but
Or any of you care or even know who this person is.
but you will soon. And believe me when I say he's a welcome addition to the Vista staff. And Grant McGill knocks down one in the dirt.
What do you
Keeps
mean
it
is
in
a
front of him.
welcome addition to the Vista staff? He's been teaching for years.
Yeah, that's a teacher, like staff,
Whatever.
as in the office.
All right, whatever.
I'm right here.
I don't think you're right.
I think I'm right.
Oh,
That one gets powered into right field. Trevor Price
all the way
ranges
at the
back,
warning track.
and he makes the
Price
catch.
catches that, and that'll be the end of the inning. Damage done, though.
And that is the end of the game.
Oh, that's the end
That's
of the
ball
game. All right.
It's 7th inning. That was so
Oh,
big
you're
on
right.
Trevor. So
I'm
big
sorry
on
for
Trevor
not knowing
Price.
that.
Come on, Ryan.
10 hits.
That was way back at the warning track.
Great catch there for great job on Trevor Price to track that down.
Great awareness of where the fence is, and just a huge game, a huge win for Mountain Vista, moving up to 4-0, and now the number 1 ranked Cherry Creek Bruins are now 3-1. We will be eager to see the rankings change after this game.
I'm I'm a little speechless, sorry, because I did not know that this was the end of the game. I was not really prepared for that, but great game on both sides of the ball for Mountain
Yep.
Vista.
We knew it would come down to this. Just a 1-run victory, 8-7 by the Mountain Vista Golden Eagles.
Despite a little slip up in the 6th inning, our pitcher Sam Ireland threw a great 6 1/3,
Yep.
and Nick Engelhard doing a pretty good job coming in and closing out the game. That's really all he needed to do. Some really great bats on both teams. High-scoring game, relatively high-scoring game for a 7-inning affair.
And you can see the excitement from the Mountain Vista
Oh
Golden
yeah,
Eagles.
beating
Th-
Creek is so big for this team.
They're not necessarily a rival, but it's just such a huge game when
Yep.
you think about it. These Bruins are the same team that knocked us out in the playoffs last year, and that was such a
It
devastating
feels like redemption
loss.
for them. Yep.
Yep. So I'm sure our former seniors who have moved on to college are sure happy with this win if they're paying attention to our season, which I'm sure they are because it's a brotherhood and
It's a brotherhood.
And all these players, they all stay connected.
So once again, thank you so much for tuning in. I am Ryan Tubbs, and I'm here with Nathan Tubbs. And final score, 8-7. Mountain Vista Golden Eagles beating Cherry Creek, moving up to a 4-0 record on the beginning of the season. Tune in here on VistaNow for all things Vista Sports. And
make sure to like and subscribe.
oh boy, you had to go there.
Well, I'm not sure if we have any viewers at this point.